Hi, my name is Olivia Payne, and I'm going to share with you my grandma's famous banana bread muffins today. So what you're going to need for this recipe is you're going to need a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda, 1 large egg, 1 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, about 4 bananas mashed or 1 1/3 cup of bananas. You're gonna need just about a teaspoon of honey, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and granulated sugar, and you're gonna need a cup of chocolate chips and a cup of walnuts. So first we're going to combine the ingredients, the dry ingredients. So you're gonna take your all-purpose flour, you're gonna take your baking powder and baking soda, and your 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you're gonna whisk this until evenly combined. Now that I've done the dry ingredients, we're going to do the wet ingredients. So you're gonna take your mashed bananas. Another thing about bananas is you want them to be overripe. This is a good way of using your kind of old bananas. So you're gonna take your sugars, brown sugar, and granulated sugar. You're gonna take your cinnamon and vanilla extract and your large egg. And you're going to mix this until evenly combined. You want this to be a good batter mixture, and you want the egg to be good and mixed. You don't want the eggs to be chunky at the end of the baking. So just make sure it's evenly combined. Now that you have mixed the dry ingredients, you're going to take half, or the wet ingredients, you're going to take half of the dry ingredients. And the reason why you only do half at first is because if you add the whole thing, it kind of makes a mess when you're stirring it. So you're only going to add half at first until I think that is evenly combined, and then you'll add the other half. This just helps to ensure that it's not kind of crazy at the beginning. You want it to be easy. And if you add too much flour at once, it gets hard to mix. So now that you have done that, you want it to be a good batter consistency, not like a dough, but not too runny. You want a good batter. And you're going to add your chocolate chips and your walnuts. This is my favorite part because it makes the batter extra good. So now that you have mixed this, I have already prepared half of the ingredients, or half of the batter. So now you want about 2 tablespoons. Oh, first we're going to spray with canola oil. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of the batter. And so why we call this my grandma's famous recipe is because she, it was her favorite treat to go to Starbucks and get the banana bread loaves. And she kind of introduced it to me, and she wanted to make her own recipe, except with chocolate chips, and she wanted to make them muffins. So she went home and kind of researched and put her own twist to it, and our whole family loved it, and now she makes them all the time, and she shared the recipe to me, and now I like to share it with my friends, and it's my favorite treat to make. So you want it to be like level all the way. You want the good dome after you bake it. So I'm going to put it into the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. And I've already prepared some right here. And after they are fully baked, you're just going to, I like to add a little drizzle of honey. for extra sweetness. And that is how you make my grandma's famous banana bread muffins.